What's up, YouTube? It's me, Mark, again. Thought I'd give you the newest update on my gaming rig. It's been a while since I made a video, and someone just hit me up on one of my old videos, said, hey, why don't you make another video? I haven't seen you guys in a while, so I thought I'd give you the newest update, because there has been some changes, and I'm going to make this relatively quick, because I only got 10 minutes, so, you know, it's probably the biggest change is you're going to notice that 660 is not in there anymore. And I'm wondering, what the hell is this? And I've upgraded. Couldn't afford that 780 Ti, which is the only 780 I would get, because those other 780s aren't as good as this WindForce R9 290. And you guys could just check the benchmarks for yourself. Now the 780 Ti is, but that's like an $800 graphics card. And I spent about half as much. I got this bad boy at Micro Center on sale for $409. My buddy Don, one of the sales guys at Micro Center, showed me some impressive benchmarks, because I came in there with the intention of buying a 770 or 780, but my budget was only $500, and he was like, well, have you seen any of these R9s? And I told him, I was like, no, I'm not familiar with them. And he told me it's an AMD product, and I was like, oh, well, man, I don't know about these AMD products. I heard they get hot. And he was like, yeah, they do, but they've moved along quite a way with their new cooling technology. So this is the new WindForce design. It's not really new. It's been out for a little less than a year now. But compared to the reference design, this card runs way cooler. It's a little bit more of a power-hungry card compared to that 660, which I will say was a great card. All you naysayers out there was like, oh, that card is whack or not powerful enough. Man, you guys don't know what you're talking about. That 660 was a great card. I would recommend it to anybody. This R9 is better, but that 660 was a great card. NVIDIA makes great products, and they're very user-friendly, but once you kind of graduated through the realm of knowing what you're doing, I wouldn't, you know, you shouldn't leer away from any AMD products. But moving right along, you'll also notice that, yeah, he done moved on up. He got himself a solid-state drive. This is a Samsung 840 EVO. I got my operating system on there. Got a couple other games on there. Couldn't fit Titanfall on there though. That Titanfall is 50 gigs. But I got Metro Last Slide. I got Tomb Raider. I got a couple other games on there. All my media I kind of keep still on my 2 terabyte hard drive here. And you'll notice that my fans are blue in the front now. Oh no, Mark, what did you do? Yep, I did it. Man, I was going to get the red fans, but they didn't have them in red, so I got them in blue. They matched the scheme anyway. And the reason I got these was, first of all, they match. Second of all, these are 140 millimeter. My old ones were 120 millimeter. And that R9 just needed more wind on it, because it does run a little hotter than that 660 does. And of course it's an AMD. These R9s, they just run a little hotter. Not as much as the reference design because of these new aftermarket coolers. But still, you want to keep this thing nice and cool. The cooler it is, the better it's going to run. And then you could overclock it a little higher with the software. And so, yeah, it is. And the fans that were in front, I've done and moved them to the top. You notice there it is. One's still a little brighter than the other. It's like that ball sack that hangs a little lower. But I've kind of named this rig now. It was, you know, Project Ice. I moved it up to Project Blue Devil. So, sitting pretty complete here with my solid state drive. Better graphics card, a little, quite a bit better cooling design with upgraded fans here, and plus I got these 2 top fans up there now. One's pushing air in, the other one's exhausting air out. So is this one. These 2 are both exhausting. So still, I'm very happy with the way the cooling is. For you haters out there, I will not be switching my power supply around. It looks better this way. Get it through your thick skull. It's not gonna happen. Why would I cover LED up? Why would I cover up a LED fan with blue trim that matches my scheme? I don't know, but there's still those guys out there that are like, why don't you turn the fucking power supply upside down so it vent out the bottom? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's not gonna happen. It looks better this way. It's already a wind tunnel in there. There's no problem with heat, so you guys go read a book or something. I still need to upgrade my... the next upgrade I will be doing will be my CPU. That's coming up now. I haven't really had any problems with the CPU. It's been great. It's never reached any... it's never, you know, maxed itself out. Every time I've monitored it, it hardly ever hits 50%. But I guess it's just the last piece of the puzzle. So I will be upgrading to an i7 4770K. I was staring at those new Devil's Canyon Design 4790Ks. Those are nice, but I'd have to reflash my BIOS on the Z87 board, or I'd just have to upgrade to a Z97 board. And I don't know if I'm just ready to do that yet, but we'll see. You never know what the future may hold. So just keep on moving forward. And I've done some benchmark testing on 3D Mark. This thing is a 3D Mark monster. In order to get my R9 to run properly, I had to wipe out all my drivers from my old card because I had that NVIDIA EVGA 660 superclocked in there. So I had a whole bunch of NVIDIA drivers in there. So I had to, and when I installed my card, this new R9, I noticed that it wasn't running as great as I had seen others run as far as their benchmarks and their frame rates. So I wiped out all my drivers from my old card, just all of my video drivers, Intel drivers, all video drivers, and with some nice software I researched, some type of video driver removal tool, and I installed all brand new recent drivers for my AMD card, and it's running superbly now. Frame rates are fantastic. All my benchmarking scores on all my 3D Mark testing is really high. Right now I see my bottleneck is happening at my CPU as far as my 3D Mark benchmarks, because this is an i5 4440, which is one of the lower, it's probably about the cheapest i5 Haswell processor out there. But as far as gaming wise, it doesn't really lack until it hits to the PhysX test, which is CPU heavy. Under load, it's the underload CPU. Anyway, look it up. But the PhysX is where my benchmarking tests are a little lower than what they should be if I were to have an i7 overclocked edition. Plus, it's an overclocking board, so it's coming. It's in the future. I just haven't really. I just rather upgraded my card than my CPU. But overall, I thought I'd give you guys an update. I had to clean it out. I started getting some hair, dog hair, cat hair, because I got both dog and cat. So that was becoming an issue. Started seeing some hair gathering up here, so I dusted it out. Bing, bang, boom. And she's looking great now. She's sounding great, looks great. I had watched tons of, I don't know, Netflix. I play tons of games on here. Solid state drive has got my boot up time down to seconds. My loading times, like for example Metro Last Light, the game loads between levels before the guy even finishes his dialogue. Still nothing much changed, other, you know, still the same optical drive. I don't use it often, and but that's about it. So my time's ticking down for my 10-minute mark. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll let you know what my newest updates are when they come in. It'll probably be my new CPU, and I don't know, you might see another board in here. But give me a like, YouTube. Haven't seen you guys in a while. Check me out. Thanks. Peace.